Salute, Booktube. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. It's day 15, day 16 of the Trump Netanyahu war. We're very much still at war. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to turn this channel into a war update sort of channel because that's not why I do this. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, basically, the region is in turmoil. The economies have been devastated. Trump has killed 180 little girls in a school, but there's no investigation, nothing's going on. Everything is fine. Just carry on. But I mean, I could have, I never used to speak too much about regional. I did on certain occasions, but usually on this channel, I never spoke about regional tensions, but there certainly were tensions, and I had known it, and I had predicted something like this. I don't have any proof. I wish I had written it down in writing, but if you ask friends of mine, I used to always say that something like this is going to happen, and lo and behold, it did. This is just, you can tell if you watch the sort of, when I'm not watching BookTube, the other BookTube YouTube videos, you watch Arabic news mostly. This was, you could see it building. So it wasn't the biggest shock. The only thing that shocked us is that it actually started and it happened so soon, so suddenly. But yeah, I mean, most of these channels are in the Arabic language that discuss, regional news. So I don't know how interested you are about that or about what's going on here. So I'll just keep going. We'll get back to the books. I wanted to make a special video. One of the mistakes I made, well, it's a mistake. It's I'm learning. I'm still kind of new. I haven't even reached a year on BookTube, but at the beginning of the year, I sort of set reading events that will take me the whole year. And the problem with that is it gives you very little flexibility. There's a lot of randomness on BookTube. A brand new event comes along, a new book club starts, a new channel comes on the scene, and it changes your focus on what you were planning for the year. And I think that's the mistake I made. I planned for the entire year, different reading events, and that's left me very little flexibility to change up or to do something random, we can say. So one of those random things is what I wanted to discuss today. I didn't even discuss this in my TBR, my March TBR, because I wasn't planning to read this until I saw a video on a channel called Traumatic Reads. Vince at Traumatic Reads, he's got a great BookTube channel. I'll link to his channel below in the show notes. He started a book club called the Traumatic Bookclub, and he's picked a traumatic book to start with. The first book in his book club is a book I own, and I thought it was sort of appropriate for where I'm at now and the situation that I find myself in now. It's this book, All Quiet on the Western Front. The author is Eric Maria Remarque. This is a very popular book. I think a lot of people know it. I don't know how many people have read it, how well read it is, but it is a very famous, one of the more famous war books ever written. And so I just gulped this down while the missiles were firing above me, reading this book. And reading it this time, I think was appropriate, I guess, because you can identify with the characters and the main narrator. For those who don't know, All Quiet on the Western Front is a war novel about the experiences of German soldiers, German infantrymen, German soldiers in World War I, the trench warfare, this just horrible killing field of blood, and Remarque, who fought. It's a work of fiction, but it draws heavily on Eric Maria Remarque's experiences in the war as a soldier. So autobiographical, fictionalized autobiography. but gives you just an insight to the terror and the horribleness of war. Not a very big book, but it packs a punch. There's not a lot of Remarque doesn't get into the nitty gritty. He throws you right into the trenches, and you really don't get out except for just a few soldier leave when you get time off the front to go on leave to go on a break from the war. But yeah, just a fantastic book, although a gruesome and very tragic book. So yeah, it follows as a first person. The main narrator is one of the soldiers. It's a group, a company of men. I mean, you use the word men loosely because they were pretty much enlisted into the army just at the end of their secondary or high school. So 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, but 1, 2 years into the war, they're very much men, and they've been dehumanized. They've been desensitized from war. Death just becomes just whatever a normal thing, and it's not just death like somebody passes away quietly at night in their sleep. This is like horrible shrapnel wounds, horrible gun wounds, grenades, just terrible carnage. And Remarque does it just brilliantly, and again in a very short book, but short but powerful. You very quickly get into the atmosphere of the situation, the way it is described, the sounds, the sights, the smells. That's expertly done. Um, you have a bit of criticism. It gets a little bit, maybe in the middle. There's a little bit of I don't know. It gets a little bit. You get used to the carnage, maybe in the middle, but then Remarque, the author gives us he changes the scene quickly and gets you back into enjoying the narrative, because he quickly the main narrator, the protagonist, I guess, is sent on leave to go back to his family. So you get a quick change of scenery, and then the leave or the break is over, and he's got to go back to the front. So I don't know what else to say about this book except that it's excellent. I do know that this book has been. I was reading at the end of this book. I've got an older version. Vince at his on his channel has a much more recent, I think, edition of this book with a more recent translation. But this is translated by Brian Murdoch in 1994. Remarque himself, after leaving Germany after the war, immigrates to America to escape the Nazis. But he gets into the Hollywood, into screenwriting, etc. This movie was made into a film. I believe, reading the afterword of this book, a movie in the 1930s, which was very much disliked by Hitler and Goebbels and the Nazis. And then it was remade, I think, in the 70s to not very great acclaim. However, what I heard that this book was recently made into a Netflix series, and that Netflix series got very rave reviews. It got some good feedback. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I don't know if now is the most appropriate time, considering maybe I want to get my head out of war, but in a way, I don't regret reading this. Sort of puts things into perspective, and yeah, I mean, that's all I have to really say about the book. I really enjoyed this. I don't know what Vince is going to do for the next book in his Traumatic book club. I'll see. I don't know if it's going to be another traumatic book. Don't let the name of his channel fool you. It's not like he discusses traumatic books at all. No, he discusses a wide range. He reads fiction, non-fiction. Well-read guy, and a passionate reader, just like all of us. So don't let that discourage you. His channel, his videos are great. You should go watch them. I'm going to wrap this up. I thank you again, BookTube. I thank all of you for the kind wishes and the wonderful comments. throughout the last couple of weeks. I'm okay. Everything is okay, at least for now. Let's see what the politicians say or do. But I won't hold my breath. Anyway, BookTube, I'll wrap this up. Thank you so much. Salute.